Hey, Coop here. Welcome to 90-Second Recap, where I share a quick sports history lesson based on today's cap. It's March 18th, and I'm wearing a Japan World Baseball Classic New Era 5950 purchased from Clark Street Sports and a Chicago t-shirt purchased from Obvious Shirts. While I didn't wake up to watch the Cubs knock off the Yomiuri Giants on Sunday morning, I had an absolute blast watching Saturday afternoon's game on Friday night against Hanshin. In an ideal world, the team would have jumped on the Shinkansen and zipped down to Kobe to play the Tigers in their home yard, historic Koshien Stadium, Japan's version of the Field of Dreams. Many baseball fans will say where, but the story behind Koshien is at least as good as the stories behind the bandbox by the Back Bay or the federal landmark that's the sole remaining Federal League facility. And while the denizens of Fenway and Wrigley each have championships here in the 21st century to celebrate, four for the Sox, one for the Cubs, we all know how sparse titles were in the 20th, with Fenway seeing four between 1912 and 1918 before being struck by the curse of the Bambino, and Wrigley never seeing one. Not Koshien Stadium. No, Koshien Stadium sees not just one but two championships each year, as it's the host of the spring and summer national high school baseball tournaments. How big are these national tourneys for the high schoolers? March Madness big, maybe bigger. Seriously. They're so big that if the Tigers have a home game scheduled and one of the Koshiens needs the field, the Tigers get sent packing. I mean, could you imagine the Cubs having to vacate because Lane Tech was hosting New Trier? The Sox, sure, but not the Northsiders. Success in the Koshien can make or break a young man's career, sometimes right then and there. Red Sox fans certainly remember Daisuke Matsuzaka, who would go 15-12 in his first season in the States, helping the Bo Sox to the 2007 title. What they likely don't know is that in the summer Koshien semifinals a decade earlier, the Yokohama High 16-year-old uncorked a wild pitch, allowing crosstown rival Yokohama Commercial to plate the winner. Brutal. Inconsolable. Opportunity for redemption. The following summer, do the math with me, he's now 17. Daisuke would kick off his tourney by twirling a 148-pitch complete game shutout. Then come back in the quarterfinal with a 250-pitch outing to gut out a 9-7 17-inning W. Kind of got the day off in the semifinal. He played left, then came in to throw 15 pitches in the ninth to close out the victory. He'd take the hill in the final to try to lead Yokohama to the crown, which he did by fanning 11 and throwing a no-no. A kid named Shohei also showed his stuff on the all-dirt infield at Koshien. A few days before he turned 18, Showtime uncorked a 160-kilometer-an-hour heater, 99 mph, to set a record for the tournament's fastest pitch. But the Windy City's version of Showtime didn't get to the Tokyo Dome for today's start with nearly the hype of an Otani or a Matsuzaka. Make sure to click over for part 2 of today's episode.